Guys, this is my second video on Galactic Tank Force. The first time I played it, I was here, I was with my son. We'd just unpacked the game, put it on its legs, and we were having our first ever game. You may remember my son had a couple of games, I then had a couple of games, and we were quite overwhelmed by it, actually. I found it to be a very fun game. In fact, I think I put that in the title. It was a fun game, and it remains a fun game. However, a few days later, I did another video where I ranked and rated all of the games which I'd played at the exhibition in London. And I made a comment, and I alluded to the fact that this game, I felt, had some software issues, and that I had said that maybe, just maybe, the speculation around American Pinball's ownership would lead me to be a little bit nervous about buying an American Pinball game. Now, since then, I've actually had contact from American Pinball, and they have unequivocally assured me that American Pinball is not for sale. In fact, far from it being for sale, they actually have quite a number of exciting announcements in the works, and you can expect an announcement from American Pinball within, I don't want to say soon. Let's put it this way. It will be soon. Also, I think for my own verification on that, I've had a number of phone calls with them. We've exchanged some videos, some video calls as well. I can only tell you that, from what I've seen in terms of the factory, in terms of the manufacturing, in terms of them recruiting new staff, from what I can see, it's all full steam ahead, and they seem to be a great bunch of people there who, as far as I can see, are going to continue to make pinball machines. And I think as far as the announcements are concerned, I'll sort of leave it there. But the future does look good, and I think it looks good for American Pinball. So I absolutely wanted to put that out there, and I would apologise if I put out incorrect information before. But that was the rumour, wasn't it, that American Pinball were for sale. But anyway, apparently they're not. The other thing in terms of the software, they've been absolutely great there. They talked me through a couple of the issues, one of which I have to hold my hands up and say was my utter stupidity. There's a lot to be said for reading the manual or reading the PDF and reading the instructions, so I've got to take that one on the chin. There were a couple of other glitches which have since been ironed out, and I think what we're dealing with now is a very, very good game, and certainly the game that I enjoyed. So I just wanted to clear that up before talking a little bit more about this game. In this video, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you what I've learned. I'm going to take the camera off of its tripod there, show you around the playfield, tell you what I've learned, tell you what I'm enjoying about it, and then we'll have some additional gameplay videos. I do apologise for the unsteady camera footage in the last game. We do try and have really steady camera footage on this channel, but it was a case of that video or no video because I'm so busy with work at the moment, and I'm also trying to increase the number of Flipperama videos, of pinball videos that I'm doing, but obviously with family and with work, I'm ever more pressed for time. So please excuse me. This will be a far steadier video in terms of watching the gameplay. My thoughts on this game are that, well, it's going tomorrow, and it's actually been swapped out for Pulp Fiction, which I'm really looking forward to, and I cannot wait for that game. However, I think I might miss this a bit, and that surprised me because I wasn't expecting, to like this game. I wasn't expecting to be as sort of engrossed in achieving the next thing. When you get into pinball and you're playing a game and you've got to get that next thing or reach that next mode, and there's so many different things to do on here, whether it's sort of destroying the tank, saving the cows from enemy UFOs, locking the balls, getting into the lab, any number of things on here that actually it becomes quite addictive, and it's certainly a lot of good fun. So I'm going to share some of those things with you now. Also, what I'm noticing on this machine is quite... Well, there is innovation. I think there's innovation on this game. And whilst I can't keep this game, I'm certainly excited for what they're going to do in the future. Let's put it that way. And in terms of the software, so there were a couple of software glitches on it. All I can say is that there's an update coming for that stuff. So if you do have one of these, I'm certainly, from the exchanges that I've had with American Pinball, I would feel very, very confident in terms of their customer service and in terms of what they're going to look to do there. But that's, you know, but hey, look, that's just my opinion. In terms of this game, well, it's back-to-back American Pinballs. It's, in fact, just off camera there, we have the Legends of Valhalla, which is packed up and ready to go to its new home. That machine was a bit of a tank, really, that Legends of Valhalla. Very heavy, very well made, really good sound. And I've really enjoyed this. So my experiences thus far of American Pinball have been very good. As I mentioned before, I felt Houdini was... The shots, I like it. It looks good. It almost looks like a lesser version, let's put it this way, of Theatre of Magic, which I absolutely love. So it looks like it's sort of going for that theme, as you would imagine, with the whole Houdini aspect. I liked it. I thought it looked great. The shots were too tight for me. I didn't enjoy the shots on it at all. So I struggled with that game, but I did enjoy it at Oktoberfest. When I played Hot Wheels, I quite enjoyed it, but again, it's not a theme for me, so that disappears from my consciousness pretty damn quickly. But I have to say, and I'm sure if you're a regular follower of the channel, you know that I really did like Legends of Valhalla. I like this more. I like this more than Legends of Valhalla, and I think if the price point was different on this, and I think you know, if money wasn't as stretched as it is, and as you'll know, I'm trying to save up for a Lord of the Rings at the moment, and I'm certainly not in a position to be buying these new pinball machines. But I think if I was, you know, I would be looking at this, not at the expense of a Pulp Fiction. That's very much a dream theme, but this is ranking far higher in my estimations than I ever thought. Anyway, let me stop talking now. Well, I will continue to talk, but I'm going to take the camera off there. I'm going to show you around the playfield because there's a lot to like on here, and I've discovered an awful lot more than I knew when I did that first video with my son. Let's take a good close look at this game. So first of all, the artwork here is... Well, you've got to remember the artwork here is created like this because once it has the turret on top, and you can actually just see, I must be honest, the turret's just lying there. Once you have the turret on top, it folds down, it looks like a tank. That's sort of the point. So that's why you have the rivets on the side here. There's obviously some tracks that go onto the side as well. The turret's on top. It looks like a tank. That's the whole point. So I don't think there's really not much more point in going in to the look of that. What I would say is, just in case you're wondering, there is enough space on the back. You're probably noticing quite a sort of odd tapered shape to that back box. That's to allow you enough space at the back for that turret to be on there. So the turret is off at the moment, but it doesn't need to be. It really doesn't need to be. And actually, what is quite neat is the top of the turret, which you can probably just see just there. That will protrude above the top of the back box. Almost act like a little topper. So it lights up. It's interactive, basically. What I did notice almost straight away with this game, as you'll probably see, is their Allen keys. Hopefully, let me just try and get some. Yeah, hopefully you can see that. So they're not the standard bolts that you would normally get on a game. Twanger test. Let's go do the twanger test. Now, probably one of my complaints about this game is that's a little stiff when you get it. So it's got a stiff twanger. You'll need to grease that up. Okay, that didn't, when I first started it, that didn't have a great feel, which made it difficult for me to hit the plunger shot. The skill shot, should I say. We'll talk about that skill shot in a second. Let's talk about, I need to get that glare out of it. Let's talk about this wonderful, wonderful artwork by Chris Franchi. I do apologise because the reason being is so as you can see it, I've got a massive light up there, which I'm afraid is shining on here. So I'll try and incorporate some more footage in it anyway. Later on, I'll edit some footage in, so as you can see. But it's gorgeous. The artwork is stunning. what he's done here is near on miraculous. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn that light off for the moment. I'm trying to do it one-handed, so please excuse me. This is not an easy endeavour. Okay, there we go. That helps a bit, doesn't it? It's just gorgeous work. I mean, I'd have one of these, just sort of hanging up, sort of backlit as well. I don't know if you might have seen this before. I've got the Deadpool backlit with one of you can actually buy this frame here from London Pinball, which is my friend Matt, and you can put your own translight in there. So I've got one of those there. This is so good, but I love all Chris's work. It's amazing. The detail on it is incredible. You might not have even seen this. Look at these UFOs in the background there. It's really nicely done. And it's very much telling the story of the cows being stolen. Look, just in case you haven't heard the story of this pinball machine, you are mining for fudge and other ice cream ingredients on an alien planet. Or it might even be an alien moon. In fact, there you go. It's the battle for the moon. The aliens are hell-bent on stopping your ice cream production. Well, actually, I mean, here's the strange thing. I think, bearing in mind we're on their moon, I think we're the aliens. So I think they got every right to defend their lands. But maybe that's a little bit political. And the idea is that they're going to try and steal your herd of cows. Which you can see the herd of cows there. This one looks cold, doesn't he? Looks absolutely Frisian. They're going to try and steal them, and you're going to try and stop them. That's quite a nice bit. They're going to send tanks to battle against yours. There's one of the alien tanks there. There's one of your tanks. And this is the whole point. The pinball machine looks like a tank. You can actually just see. See that there? Pretty cool, huh? You know, I love this guy's artwork. I really do. Anyway. Cowabongo. That's look. I'm digressing here. That's a really this is a really interesting mode. The Cowabongo. Just in case you don't know, you have to rescue 3 cows from the UFOs to get Cowabongo mode. I'm pretty excited by this game because I'm really sort of into the theme and I've really enjoyed playing it. Last night I played this game a lot. Just to show you around the playfield now, just here. Okay, there's just so much innovation on this game. So hopefully you can see these bits there. Actually, I need to turn my light on. Do apologise. You have to excuse me. It's, Spencer's in Australia, otherwise he'd be helping me do this. There we go. That's better. It's quite difficult with this. I've got a camera on a gimbal. It's not easy recording it on your own, actually. Okay. These bits here are really cool. If you can see those. Lucky break. So when these lights are lit here, if the ball goes down one of these channels, you save the ball. It's really cool. This post pops up. It's defence. You've got to light this light to light the defence. And when you hit the tank, which is there, which is a dangerous shot, this will pop up and it will save you. Much like on Champion Pub. Now, here's the interesting thing. Pete Petrowski, who designed Champion Pub, and I love Champion Pub, worked on the design of this game. The game was actually designed by Dennis Nordman. But that's a hell of a team because they were supposed to create a theme. So they weren't using a license. They had to create their own theme. So this whole story was created by this really creative team. You've got Chris Franchi there. You've got Dennis Nordman. You've got Pete Petrowski. And I just think this is a really, really creative team who have done this. There's the tank there. The tank does 2 things. Number 1, it wobbles, which is meant to do when you hit it. And then underneath here, there is a robot. Hopefully we'll see him during gameplay. The machine's switched on, so I can't lift him up. Ordinarily, you'd just be able to lift him up. Let's deal with the rail lighting. It's excellent. Sometimes I record videos and I will often say on a video, what you're seeing through the camera is not reflective of what the game looks like in real life. I often say that. I'm sure you've heard me say it a number of occasions. A pinball machine's quite hard to film, actually, just to get the light correct and reflective. This, as I'm seeing it through the screen, is exactly what this game looks like. And that rail lighting creates, well, first of all, it creates a mood, but also it's just damn useful because it illuminates the ball. This is the only game I have played since I had Stranger Things here where I've switched, basically, where I've switched the lights off in the cave. I switched the lights off to play this game because it was illuminated enough that I could track the ball. My eyesight is terrible, by the way. This tank has a really, really cool feature on it. So the first tank that you kill, you have to kill numerous tanks. The first tank that you kill is easy, very easy to do. In fact, I would suggest trying to do that while the ball save's still on at the start of the game. Try and kill the tank as quickly as possible. Each tank thereafter becomes more difficult, as you would expect. Now, something really interesting here. So, as you're defeating the tank, and you'll see it later when I'm playing, there'll be a sort of life bar of the tank on the screen. But also, what you're seeing here, this strip here, this will also be in red during the game. And as that decreases, that's basically the tank's life. You keep hitting it, you'll knock it down. Now, you'll get sort of missiles and different things to use which will help you. I can't actually remember what it's called now, but it's like a gamma ray or a missile or something. I've only had this game for a matter of days, so I haven't learned everything. So you can sort of fast track the destruction of a tank. However, there is one of the tanks which has got a deflector shield on it. So this will turn blue. So you actually have to kill the deflector shield before you can hit the tank. Now, nothing particularly interesting there, but here's the thing. The magnet in the front, when a deflector shield is on, you will try and shoot to hit the tank, and a magnet will try and deflect your ball away. It's very, very, very innovative to do that. We've seen magnets doing all types of things in many, many games. But to actually throw it away from the shot you're trying to hit and then incorporate it and use it as a deflector shield is really, really cool. Really cool. Moving on just behind it, you'll see a cow hanging from a UFO. Of course you do. That swings left and right. That's how you rescue the cows. You rescue 3 cows to get cowabunga mode. There's a lot to like about this game. I like the simplicity of, you see, tanks and missions. It's really simple to chart your progress. You start the missions by hitting that scoop there. There's a really cool ball lock in there as well, which pops up into there. I think it's just a flat plastic, so I think there's probably room for a mod there. Somebody can make something if you had this game. But then again, I'm not sure how many of these games will be sold, whether it's sort of productive or efficient for a mod maker to create mods for this game. I don't know. But it's quite neat. It really is. I think these are 3D plastic models. They could be better, truth be known. But what I do like is the innovative way they've sort of used pinball parts, like for the turret of the gun. And actually, if you look at the top of the main cannon, it's actually 3 pop bumper caps stacked on top of one another. Let me just try and show you here. I'm not sure we've got the light to properly demonstrate it. Hopefully, can you see that? There you can. That's 3 pop bumper caps on top of one another. It's my top 50 list there, by the way. I just have to make the point here with the top 50 list. People keep asking. If you don't see, and it's all the ones in black, if you don't see a game there, it's for one of 2 reasons. I either haven't done the video yet, or we haven't had the game in the house, which means it doesn't qualify. So the idea is to do Gonzo's top 50. I've done 20 so far. Galactic Tank Force, of course, will qualify for the top 50, and it will get a video at some point. The reason I've not done any very recently is I've just been uploading so much of the stuff from the expo, and I only have a limited time to play these games, so it's very generously donated by Pinball Heaven. Pretty much all of my games are, and Phil sends them down here for me to film, and I produce a video for this channel, a couple of videos for this channel generally. I produce a video for Phil's channel, which is the Pinball Heaven channel, and then they go. So they can spend anything from a few days here to up to a month with Elton John. So I have to sort of enjoy them while they're here, which sort of stops the other videos happening. But I will get back on that top 50. What else have we got? Pop bumpers are pretty cool. Pretty standard lanes on top of the pop bumpers there. There's only one ramp, but that's okay. That's okay. What is really good is you have a diverter just here. Be in the middle of your screen now. Maybe I want it. There you go. That lifts up and down. You control that, and how you control that is by using this button right there, the bottom button. That controls that diverter up the top. It's a great game. I really enjoy this game. I think the next thing to do is probably set it up, put the camera back on the tripod, and let's have a game or two. Okay, we'll switch the game on. There's a couple of things I want to tell you. I've told you what I really like about this game. I'm going to tell you a couple of the things that annoy me about this game. Well, there's three things, really. Firstly, it's the plunger. Secondly, it's the wire form. Secondly, it's a rattle that tank can make. This wire form, when you hit the ball very quickly, when it travels down here really quickly, probably 1 in 20, 1 in 30 times the ball will jump out this wire form and jump onto the play field. The tank itself, well, it's meant to do two things. When you hit the tank, it's meant to wobble and shake a little bit, which is quite a cool feature. Secondly, this lid lifts up here in the tank and the robot pops out. So there's three modes to the tank mode. One of them I described earlier had a shield. One of them was just a normal one with the tank. You've got to have the wobble, sorry, and you have the robot coming out. Unfortunately, this game has a little fault with it. And it's something that I've noticed on Pinside as well. And I think it's a easily fixed fault. However, number one, it's not my game, so it's not for me to start taking it apart. And number two, this game's actually going tomorrow. So I've got about an hour left to film before this game has to be packed down. So I've run out of time with this game, unfortunately. And so, yes, I've just not got time to start fixing it. So what's going to happen is when this starts to it's not going to engage properly, and it'll create a rattle, and it's a very annoying sound, and you'll hear it even more than normal because there's no glass on the play field. I do that because you just get to see the game a whole lot better if there's no glass on there at all. So apologies for the loud sound. I just wanted to make you clear on that. The other thing's a plunger, as I mentioned earlier, just requires a little bit of grease, really. Now I've told you those things about the game, let me tell you what I'm going to be trying to do. I'm going to try to hit this tank early. This is the power bar, the life bar of the tank. It will be full red. As I hit the tank incrementally, this will go down. That will correlate to the information you're getting on the screen, which will tell you what percentage of life the tank has remaining. Hopefully that's all clear. The skill shot, there's a couple of them. I'm going to try and hit it into that saucer there. And then I'm going to try and I could hold down the left flipper button and plunge all the way round. Let's hit start, and off we go. I just underhit that completely. That was a bad demonstration of the skill shot. Whilst I still have a ball save on, let's try and hit that. Oh, okay. Now, if you see, just between the flippers, defence is green. That means if I hit the tank... Oh, I actually got it then. That was really good. But what it means, if that's green... Oh, my goodness. That's totally my fault. I get the ball back. It means that this atomic shield will pop up when that's green. Okay, so one tank is destroyed. I must be honest, I don't normally destroy it that quickly. But the first tank is the easiest one to destroy. So let's get that under control. So I've already destroyed Alpha tank. Bravo tank is the tank that's up there now. This is its life. You start a mode by hitting this saucer shot there, which I've just hit. That'll give me a mode.
The secret of zero-gravity ice cream will be mine. You have been warned.
Okay, find the correct shot with your radar. This is a great mode. So you really try and need to cradle the ball at some point here, because there's a radar which is going to indicate which shot you need to hit. So realistically, I'm trying to look at the screen. Okay, I've cradled the ball, so the screen is scanning a radar, so it's telling me it's basically that saucer shot again. If you look there, there's a little red dot, which is sort of telling me it's here. And I can't really backhand that, unfortunately. Oh, it's very close to being backhandable. Oh, that's my own fault. There was too much going on there for me. A cow was being abducted. I had to try and hit the radar shot. That was really cool, that radar mode. I didn't play it very well then. But hey, there you go. You can get some really big bonuses on here. So let's try. I was going to say, let's try and save a cow. Now, I can divert that ball if I wanted to. I just did that a little bit too early.
Lock in now.
Okay, so that's ball one locked. I've only got 2% left on that tank now. Well, the tank is now dead. So that's tank 2 destroyed. Which hopefully is going to allow me to show you, the machine is actually being very kind to me. It's 2 balls locked. Hopefully that's going to allow me to show you a Charlie tank, which is a lot better than a Tommy tank. Charlie tank is going to have the shield on it. Okay, they've stolen my cow again. I've just started a mode, 15 spins to qualify jackpot. So I need to save the cow as well. The orbits are very nice on this game. I've just managed to get multi-ball at just the right time. They've got a lot going on here, so I've got to try and cash in the points here now. Sorry, I've gone very quiet then. I was really concentrating. Oh, no. Okay, I have no idea why it gave me another ball then, if I'm being perfectly honest. But I'll happily take it. Oh, dear. But as you can see, I'm really boosting my score here. Whatever I've been... Oh, my words. I think my luck just ran out then, but I've really boosted my score. So that mode was actually still running then, so I actually managed to get that mode then. So I've got quite a lot lit here on the play field. And as you can possibly see, the tank, so this is the tank with a shield. The shield is right here, but you can probably see it a little bit better on the screen. Oh, that was a shame. It's a very engaging... Oh, my word, that's a shame. I was just about to say, it's a very engaging game. I really do like those orbit shots. Has to be said.
Keep it up.
Oh, hold on a second. So I actually got the lucky break then. I don't know if you saw that. I got the lucky break, which is, well, is lucky. But I wasn't so lucky that time. But I did manage to get an extra ball at some point during that game. That ball, that was crazy. It was a crazy attempt, that, actually. Okay, let's try. I'm going to try and plunge all the way round on this occasion. Oh, no, didn't manage it.
Welcome to the moon of Lumina. I am Defense Atlantic. Thank you for protecting our base. Enable Methane Blaster.
Methane Blaster. Okay, let's plunge all the way. Okay, we got it. Got to plunge all the way around that time. Unfortunately, my reactions were awful then. Oh, what a shame. What a shame. Oh, it's a real shame because I was actually quite close to beating my score there. Damn it. Oh, there you go. I mean, to be fair, I actually only had one good ball, didn't I? Let's be perfectly frank about that. One good ball. Oh, what a shame. What a shame. And there you have it, a Galactic Tank Force. So, yeah, just my thoughts on the Galactic Tank Force. A really, really, really fun game. Really enjoy it. Get those couple of niggles sorted out, which I think are very easy to do. The multipliers we didn't cover. That's a lot of fun. Good game, decent game. I think I'll miss it, but then again, I've got Pulp Fiction coming tomorrow, so that will probably take the edge off. But yeah, a lot of fun. And I tell you what, this rail lighting is very innovative. I'd like to see a lot more games with this in the future.